The world watched in disbelief. The Panama Canal, a symbol of human ingenuity and the lifeblood of global commerce, fell silent. Ships laden with billions in goods were stranded. Panic rippled through the markets as the realization hit. This wasn't just a temporary closure, it was a full-blown crisis. The artery of global trade had been sliced, and the consequences would be felt in every corner of the world. Since its opening in 1914, the Panama Canal has been more than just a shortcut. It's a 50-mile testament to human ambition, carving through jungles and mountains to connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Over 14,000 ships pass through its locks each year, carrying everything from oil and cars to food and electronics. The canal handles 6% of global trade, a staggering $270 billion worth of cargo annually. The impact of the shutdown was immediate and devastating. Shipping costs skyrocketed, with some routes seeing a 400% increase. Supply chains, already strained, snapped. Supermarket shelves, once overflowing, began to look bare. The global economy, already teetering on the brink, braced for impact. Panamanian officials, their faces etched with concern, addressed the world. The culprit, they claimed, was a perfect storm of climate change and human error. A devastating drought, the worst in a century, had gripped the region. The Gatun Lake, the canal's main water source, had shrunk to a shadow of its former self. Water levels plummeted, making it impossible for ships to safely navigate the locks. Adding to the crisis, they explained, was mismanagement. Years of unchecked development and deforestation had taken their toll on the watershed. The once lush rainforest, which acted as a natural sponge, had been decimated, replaced by sprawling farms and urban sprawl. The result was a double whammy: less rainfall and less water retention. The Panamanian government, facing accusations of negligence, pledged swift action. Emergency water conservation measures were implemented, and plans for a massive reforestation project were announced. But for many, these actions rang hollow. The damage had been done, and the world was left to deal with the fallout. While the world grappled with the official explanation, whispers of doubt began to circulate. Independent experts, scrutinizing the data, noticed discrepancies. Satellite imagery revealed unusual cloud formations near key reservoirs in the days leading up to the shutdown, suggesting the possibility of weather manipulation. The timing of the drought, coinciding with heightened geopolitical tensions, struck some as too convenient to be mere coincidence. Further fueling suspicions were reports of increased activity at U.S. military bases in Panama. Anonymous sources within the intelligence community hinted at a possible cyber-attack, pointing to vulnerabilities in the canal's control systems. Others speculated about a covert operation to sabotage the canal, a strategic move to disrupt global trade and maintain American hegemony. The Panamanian government, however, vehemently denied these claims. They dismissed the anomalies as natural occurrences and accused foreign actors of spreading disinformation, but the denials, rather than quelling the rumors, only served to amplify them. The world was left wondering, what was the truth behind the Panama Canal shutdown? Cyber warfare: did hackers cripple the canal? The digital age has brought with it a new breed of warfare: cyber warfare. No longer confined to the realm of science fiction, cyber attacks have become a chilling reality, capable of crippling critical infrastructure and bringing nations to their knees. Could the Panama Canal shutdown be the latest example of this new form of conflict? Cybersecurity experts, analyzing the scant information available, pointed to troubling signs. There were reports of unusual network activity in the days leading up to the shutdown, suggesting a possible intrusion. The canal's control systems, responsible for managing everything from the locks to the flow of traffic, were known to have vulnerabilities. The potential culprits in such an attack were numerous. Nation-states, with their vast resources and sophisticated hacking capabilities, were obvious suspects. Rogue actors motivated by ideology or profit could not be ruled out. Even terrorist organizations, eager to sow chaos and disrupt the global order, might possess the means and the motive to carry out such an audacious attack. The implications of a successful cyber attack on the Panama Canal were staggering. It would signal a new era of vulnerability, where even the most seemingly secure infrastructure could be held hostage by unseen enemies. The global economy, already reeling from the shutdown, would face further turmoil, and the delicate balance of geopolitical power could be irrevocably shifted. The Stars and Stripes, a covert operation? The United States has a long history of intervention in Latin America. Could the Panama Canal shutdown be the latest example? The idea, while far-fetched, has its proponents. America's strategic interests in the region are undeniable. The Panama Canal is a vital artery for global trade. China has ambitions in Latin America. Russia is also making inroads in the region. A covert operation to disable the canal could serve multiple objectives. It could disrupt the flow of goods to and from China, it could create chaos and instability in the region, and it could send a clear message: the US remains dominant in the Western Hemisphere. The evidence to support such a claim was circumstantial. The increased US military presence in Panama raised eyebrows, the timing of the shutdown was suspect, and the lack of transparency fueled speculation. Shifting sands. When Earth plays geopolitics, beneath the surface of human affairs, a far more powerful force is constantly at play: the Earth itself. Earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, these natural disasters have the power to reshape landscapes, topple empires, and alter the course of history. Could such a force be at play in the Panama Canal shutdown? Panama sits atop a volatile stretch of the Earth's crust, where tectonic plates collide, generating immense pressure. The region is crisscrossed by fault lines prone to earthquakes and volcanic activity. In recent years, scientists have recorded an uptick in seismic activity in the area, suggesting that the Earth's crust is under increasing stress. A major earthquake in the vicinity of the canal could have catastrophic consequences. The locks, designed to withstand ship traffic, might not survive a major tremor. Landslides could block the canal, rendering it impassable. And a tsunami, triggered by an underwater earthquake, could inundate the surrounding areas, causing widespread damage and loss of life. While the likelihood of such a catastrophic event remained low, the potential consequences were too great to ignore. Governments and international organizations scrambled to assess the risk and prepare for the possibility of a natural disaster. The Panama Canal shutdown, regardless of its cause, served as a stark reminder of the awesome power of nature and the vulnerability of even the most impressive human creations. A world adrift, navigating the aftermath, the Panama Canal shutdown has sent shockwaves through the global system. It exposed the fragility of global trade and critical infrastructure. The economic consequences are already being felt. Supply chains are struggling to adapt. Prices for essential goods are rising. The global economy is bracing for a potential recession. Geopolitical tensions have been inflamed. The world is at a crossroads. The old order is crumbling and a new one is emerging. The Panama Canal shutdown is a stark warning of our interconnectedness and vulnerability.